Hey guys, how are you? I am super excited to be back on Facebook Live. This is so exciting. I hope you guys are doing amazing. As you're coming on, would love to know where you're listening from. And then also, if you are live, just type the word live below. And if you are on the replay, drop replay in the comments below. I wanted to pop on here to do just a quick Q&A. I don't really have anything planned. I'd like to start showing up for you guys more since you had 7 weeks without me. How awful. I have been putting together some super awesome things for you guys. I just almost finished. I did like a PDF thing today, but I'm doing an emotional eating mini course that's for free. So if you want that, drop emotional eating in the comments below and we will get you a form to fill out. So when it is live, I'll email you and tell you to go and check it out. Comments are not happening, so I'm hoping that everyone can see me okay, hear me okay, all of the things. I absolutely would love to answer some of your keto questions. If anyone's listening right now, can you just, oh, perfect. Mindy's on. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm seeing some comments and all of the things, so super excited to have that be going down. Anyway, as I was saying, so I did like an emotional eating. It's like a little mini course that I put together. I'm super excited about that. It's free $99. So as soon as that's ready, we'll let you guys know how to access that. And then my recipe book's out, so if you need the recipe book link, grab that. Just drop recipe in the comments below. But my stuff, I'm not into talking about it right now. I would rather talk to you guys about whatever questions you have. So what kind of questions do you have? Otherwise, I will just keep rambling here, and I'm not really good at small talk. So drop whatever questions you have in the comments below. Just somebody ask one and then it breaks the ice, and then everybody else, it kind of opens the floodgates for other topics and things like that. Would just love to know like where you're at in your keto journey. Like, what are you struggling with? Do you have questions? Those types of things. And yeah, this was just a super random live on the video type thing. I have been doing the gym thing, going to the gym every day. And well, not every day, like 4 times a week. I started with 2 times a week and then just started becoming like super committed, and now I'm absolutely loving it. So the point of me telling you that is because I'm going to bed soon because I have to be there at 7 a.m. Okay, so Leah's asking, I'm new to keto. What do I do to get over my snack craving? Okay, so a lot of things go into this. Like, this is how I would coach someone else. So if you're snacking, are you snacking because it's a habit? Are you snacking because it is you're genuinely hungry? Are you snacking because you're trying to avoid some emotional stuff? Like, what's the purpose of your snacking? And why do you feel like you can't, like, why is it a craving? Because there are keto snacks. Like, for instance, like you can have pork rinds. I had those today with some melted cheese. I made like pork rind nachos. There's like, except like keto bars are great. You can do pure therapeutic ketones. Like, there's a bunch of different things that you can do, but like getting to the root of like, this is why I teach emotional eating. This is why I teach what I teach, because it's getting to the root of that issue. Because when you're snacking, snacking's not necessarily like such a bad thing as long as you're not like overeating, right? So getting to that fundamental reason why is like so much more effective, right? Okay, so there's one. See, I told you, once one goes, others will start happening. Do I recommend two ketone drinks a day? Yes. I personally, ooh, there's my biceps popping out. When do you recommend 2 drinks a day, or when do I recommend them? I always recommend 2 a day. I think it's just a great way to have ketones in your system for a longer period of time. It really just depends. So drinking pure therapeutic ketones, not all ketones created equal. Make sure that you're drinking pure therapeutic ones. Get with whoever invited you to the group to Joe, no. Get with whoever invited you to the group to get some ketones in your system. You can do 1 a day for a little while, but they're a fuel source, right? So if you're feeling tired, like instead of reaching for like a Red Bull or a coffee, you're going to want to reach for ketones. So like if throughout the day you're feeling like you're having a little like dip in your energy and you need some more ketones, drink some more ketones, right? So it's once you start drinking them for a while, you'll understand your body and you'll understand when it's time to have more. Does that make sense? How can I figure out my goal weight? Okay, well, I don't think really going after a goal weight is really important. I think that you should really just not really worry about like the specific weight or number, because like if we're going off numbers, like I'm the fattest I've ever been, but I'm the skinniest and leanest and like most muscular. So there's really no like goal weight. I think, how do you feel? And like your journey is always going to fluctuate. You're like, health and wellness is like never a congruent like straight line, right? It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. So I think it's super important to, how do you feel? How's your energy? How's your overall health? How are you sleeping? How are you functioning per day? That kind of thing is like really, really more important. I think getting into like a good habit of like meat, veggies, healthy fats, or whatever, like if you're doing low carb or whatever you're doing, you know, get into a consistent habit before worrying about like the actual goal weight, right? Because like the weight will happen as long as you have the habits. So that's my thing. Do I drink ketones? Absolutely. Going to a wedding tomorrow night. What is the best thing to drink? Champagne, wine? I can't drink vodka. Okay, so my question for you is, do you need to drink alcohol? How much alcohol are you drinking? Can you drink tequila? I guess, okay, so like I have a weird relationship with alcohol. I mean, I'm a former party girl. I mean, I've just started kind of drinking again. I think it fundamentally comes down to your self-control. It comes down to, if you have 1 drink, does it turn into 7? And then does that 7 make you face first into a burrito or pizza or drunk food and derail you? Can you have some dry champagne or dry wine and enjoy yourself and make sure you stay hydrated and not feel good in the morning, or feel good in the morning? I toss it back to you. Like those are questions, like that's my thought on that. How much of the new electrolytes can you have a day, or should you have? An electrolyte imbalance and an electrolyte question, Mindy, is something that's individual. It really, I think in the summertime, it's super important to have a whole bunch. They're not like trace minerals where like you'll poop instantly. I would say 2 to 3 a day is great. Like they don't taste like anything, so it's super easy for you to mix them with your ketones. And then that's it. What a good coffee recipe? I don't know what that means. Danny, I drink pure therapeutic ketones by Prove It. I don't recommend any other brand. No brand is worth the money, because you need to drink 3 times as much, and or if they would even elevate your blood ketone levels. Like a lot of products on the market are scams. But I've done the test, science, research, background, world-renowned researchers are behind Prove It. And I just wouldn't recommend any of it, because they're therapeutic ketones, and we have a patent on the only ketone that unlocks the pathways like they match the pathways in your body to actually elevate your blood ketone levels. And there is a video in the unit section or the announcement section. It's just the welcome post. If you watch that video, you'll understand about that. I've been drinking PTKs for 8 weeks now. I've not experienced keto flu, cramps, or everyone needs electrolytes. So here's like the thing with electrolytes. So speaking of, hold on, I'm going to grab my water really quickly. That has electrolytes in it. So hold on 1 second. And then I'll probably pee in the middle of the night. But, okay, so electrolytes are micronutrients, right? So like regardless of if you're experiencing symptoms, you are already super deficient in electrolyte. And like by super deficient, I mean like depleted, you need more. It's the same thing with like when you're dehydrated. Like if you're feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So like anytime that you're doing any sort of like human beings need electrolytes, like, and I'm not talking about like just stuff from the water. Like you should always be supplementing with electrolytes because like our water's depleted of electrolytes. When you're drinking a shit ton of water, you're peeing out all these electrolytes, and symptomatic or not, you really should be drinking an electrolyte. The only 2 brands that I recommend, I've never found anything that more effective. Like I've tried, I get severe muscle cramps, like even now, and I'm like seasoned at this, like I know 1000% like you should be having electrolyte. I even get muscle cramps, right? So like I know better, and I'm still not as diligent about it as I should be, especially when I just told Mandy that they are flavorless and you should have 2 or 3 a day. It's just something that like I'm working on, and it's something I've struggled with. Water and hydration and electrolyte supplementation is something I personally struggle with. But regardless of whether you're symptomatic or not, you should be having them. And the only 2 brands that I've ever found effective enough to get rid of my muscle cramps within a couple seconds because they're so severe is 40,000 Volts by Trace Minerals. I love that brand. They're ionic minerals. They're straight from Utah salt sources. They're really, really good. And they're ionic, so they have like electrical charges in them, so it actually like balances your body. So I like those. You can get those on Amazon. And then Pure Therapeutic Mitoplex from Prove It is the other brand. I like them because they're flavorless. Christy says that she's taken many other brands and then Prove It brand rocks. Heck yeah, girl. Super, super, super happy that you are happy with your Pure Therapeutic ketones. I luckily tried Prove It first, and then I, out of integrity and serving you and my audience, because guys, like I'm not gonna say no to like trying other things. I just know that like, because I wanted to test the science. So like I wanted to make sure that I didn't just drink the Prove It ketone Kool-Aid, right? Like I wanted to make sure that like what I was behind was 100% like the only one that I would ever recommend. And it's every single time I put it to the test of something else, it like all the other ones fail miserably. So, and there's no way that anything will ever compare because of the patents and things like that. And like, I get it. Like I get it. It's an expense. Is it required to do the ketogenic diet with ketones? No. You can certainly do meat, veggies, healthy fats, drink electrolytes, move your body and see success, increase your energy. But like we live in a world, like I'm trying to be 100% strict, right? And I have metabolic syndrome and like I have stuff going on in my body, and it's even hard for me, right? Like, and I am committed, like I'm 1000% committed, but you put a plate of chips in front of me, like I'm going to stare at it for like a while. I'm going to have a chip. Will it knock me out of ketosis? I don't know, but I don't have to worry about knocking me out of ketosis because I can drink my ketones and not stress about it, right? And I just see people that do the ketogenic diet without ketones don't get as in deep of ketosis without the ketones. It's just factual. You just get further faster and you get better results with them. It's an expense, I understand. When I started, I was on disability and I didn't have any money, like literally had no money to rub together. Like I was living in New York, I was broke. I had tons of credit card debt. Ooh, I just dropped my cap. And it was a bad situation for me for a really long time. And I put the 10-day experience on a credit card, and I had it, and it changed my life. And I still was like, how am I going to afford this? And then I finally was just like, okay, like, I guess I'll do the free product program. And then I told Rose, I was like, I don't really want to sell this, but she's like, you'd be really good at it. And then I just didn't want to do it. And then somehow here I am. But like, had I not figured it out and got resourceful, my health would not be where it is. I wouldn't be able to go to the gym. I wouldn't be able to coach you. I wouldn't be able to regulate my weight and my cravings and my emotional eating. And like, that was the catalyst to like everything else. Had I had prior nutrition training to drinking ketones, absolutely. I studied primal and paleo for 10 years prior and practiced that, but I never saw results until I got into ketosis. So that's my spiel on that. I don't see any other questions. Come on, guys, ask me more. I didn't want to hang up so quickly, but I appreciate everyone hanging out. I hope you guys got your questions answered. I'm gonna just give it a few more seconds to see if anything's delayed here. And I am just grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to serve you. I'm gonna switch back and forth between the Kiss Keto page and the Mandy page. I don't know, I just defaulted it to Kiss Keto today. I was playing with the setting, and here I am. But obviously, like, if you need anything, I'm here. Post in the group. Like, I love the activity going on in the group. I missed a whole bunch, but I'm just excited to be back. And that's it. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't really see any more questions. If there are more questions, or whatever, like, just drop them. And how do you start? I tried before. Can you suggest what meal plan? Okay, so there's a ton of videos in the learning section of the group. There's a top 10 how to get started on keto, top 10 ways to get started on keto. There's meal plans inside the guide, or inside the file section from Rochelle. She created all of those. My biggest advice is, like, stop preparing to get prepared to start. Like, so many people are like, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to do this. Well, I have to do this, or I need to research or whatever. Well, you didn't research the McDonald's that you've been drinking or you've been eating. You didn't research XYZ. Like, just start and figure it out. Like, it's better to be 90% that, like, almost good enough for perfect, right? You want to just start with like basic things like meat, veggies, healthy fats. Get like a core, like, I probably eat the same 5 meals per week as well. And then if you want something like more in-depth, Joy or anyone else listening, like, of course, there's so many free resources in our group, but like, I don't have the capacity to be able to answer 24,000 questions from 24,000 people and members that are in the group. If you feel like you want some more custom coaching, if you want a private website with literally like every single thing laid out for you, I just did an emotional eating mini course that everyone has access to already. If you want your questions answered, priority inbox. It's a whole separate profile that I have that you can answer, that ask me questions in there that I check daily, that I like voice note back and forth if you have questions, those types of things. So if you feel like you want more coaching and mentorship, I have that. It's still at $27 per month. You can cancel after your month if you hate it. But so many people are in there and getting like great results. So if you want that, it's ketowithmandy.com. And then I also do have a recipe book. Mindy just reminded me to remind you. That's $7. It comes with like 30 pages of like all meals and everything that I personally eat. And there's a video training that you can get as well. But yeah, like those are like just really good ways, like, of course, but free gets free. And like, that's the thing. It's like, I will always give free resources. I will always be able to like be here as best I can. But like, if anybody that's in the membership site gets priority, like questions. I go live several times a week, and that kind of thing. So if that's something that you want, I will put ketowithmandy.com in the comment section. You can go check out the sales page and see if that's something that is your jam. If you get into, okay, so, and then in closing, I'll answer this last question unless there's something else that comes up. You get into a moderate level of ketosis. My thing is like, yes, like, okay, moderate level to who? Like, did you see results with that? Are you more concerned with getting ketosis, or are you more concerned with being like getting results? So like, so many people chase ketones and ketone levels and ketone numbers. Like, of course, the more ketones you have, like the better you're gonna be, but like I might have more ketones in my system and use them better than Mindy would, or Joy might create more ketones. And then, but like there's just so much different science behind it that it's not necessarily the number or the pea stick that matters. It's the results that you're getting. It's the how you're feeling is way, way, way more important than whatever level of ketosis you're in. Plus, if you're peeing on a stick, 99% of the time it's wrong. So if you're peeing on a stick, think of like the whole testing situation like this, right? So your body's the car that you're driving, and you're fueling your body with ketones, whether you're producing them or drinking them. And then when you're peeing and testing the ketones that you're peeing out, you're only testing like the exhaust. You're testing what you're not using. So you have moderate levels of ketones that you're peeing out. Well, you're not using your ketones, which opens up a whole new factor of like, okay, you're not using these ketones. So what's going on there? Like, why are you not using them? Do you need more MCTs? Like, what's going on? So the only real accurate way to like get to a good like understanding of what's going on is a blood test with your finger. And even then, that doesn't really paint the whole picture. It really just tells you, okay, you have XYZ amount of ketones in your blood. So it's just a guide and a measurement. Same thing with a scale, same thing with like all these metrics. Like, it's the end result that you want. So I would really, really, really focus on meat, veggies, healthy fats, moving your body, limiting, like so many people eat so much dairy, it's insane. Like meat, veggies, healthy fats, move your body, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full, practice some intermittent fasting, get good electrolytes, drink ketones. If you do all of those things, you're gonna see success without having to like struggle and worry and be overwhelmed. So I will leave you with that. I think that was a good bunch of information. If you guys need anything, drop it in the comments below. Super excited again to be back. I love y'all very much, and I did never blocked you. And if you need anything, I'm here. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.